Hi, my name is Brandy Crewthorne, and I'm the communication strategist at Madison Park Technical Vocational High School. And we're celebrating CTE Month at Madison Park Technical Vocational High School. Career Technical Vet Education is where it's at, and we're celebrating. Today, I am here with the computer programming and web development at Madison Park Technical Vocational High School. Mr. Berger is the vocational teacher of this program.
Hey.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing great.
Could you tell us about the computer programming and web development at Madison Park?
Absolutely. So, computer programming is a 21st century skill. Pretty soon, everybody's going to be learning it. It's about trying to get the computer to fix problems for you, to solve problems for you. It's about understanding how to think like a computer. And you do that by writing code in different programming languages. And when you do that, you're solving different problems, which are called algorithms. And it's also about presenting information to the world through the computer. So those are things like web pages, where you present data or information to the world.
Well, I'm excited. We have two other students here as well. So I want to make sure that I introduce them. Faisal as well as Cameron. Cameron, Mr. Berger just talked about computer programming and web development, the things that you're doing, like the coding, developing the website. You guys, what grade are you in?
11th.
11th?
Juniors.
So
Yep.
You're both juniors at MP. What have you learned so far? And let me go to a reverse. Why did you pick that particular vocational program?
Because me personally, it's because I've actually done coding before, and it was really awesome. It was like a website for coding for kids. This was back in, I think, 5th grade, I believe. Yeah, 5th grade. And we used to do some coding. Yeah, I think it was history class or English. We used to do like coding for fun, like in when we have free time or whatever in class, we would do coding.
So now you're doing it at MP and really developing your skills. Cameron, what about you? What made you choose this vocational program?
So in my first year at Madison, I actually chose auto tech, and then I took some time and thought about what I really wanted to do in my career, and I thought about like the future of technology. So, I was like, I think I should join CPWD and see how it goes. And ever since I joined, I've loved it. It was so simple for me to get into it and just sit at that computer and just build websites and code and all that.
Mr. Berger, we talked about where we are today and how COVID-19 has really changed things, especially technology. Can you tell us a little bit about your program really impacting the future?
Absolutely. So as we've seen, the world of work is going more remote. It's going more technology based, and everyone needs these 21st century skills: problem solving, communication, programming. And these are the essential skills that we teach here at Madison in the CPWD program. Students will be able to express themselves both verbally, through code, and through technology. And that's the skills they're going to need to survive and thrive in the 21st century. And as we've seen with COVID, as things get more spread apart, and as we're talking to the rest of the world, and we're always on Zoom, as we are right now, these are the skills that we need all our students to be comfortable with. And that's one of the things we also teach. The students are in technology every day in a variety of tools. So our students are really comfortable picking up new technology all the time. They do it every day. We throw a new tool at them and they figure it out.
Hey, so I want to ask you a question. What do you plan to do after you graduate from Madison Park Technical Vocational High School? You're learning all these great things, but how do you plan to use them?
For me specifically, I wouldn't say it's a 100% guarantee that I'll be doing coding, but at least it gives me an idea, So coding so far for me is really fun, and it's really a good tool to use so far, especially with COVID and everything. yeah, and it's a really nice maneuver, so to speak, a really nice tool to use overall. And but it just gives me an idea overall, but it's not 100%. But honestly, I thank you, Mr. Berger, and Mr. Bastrash for um, guiding me with coding through this journey, and as well as the other students.
Hey, so
You
you
both
are
are nice teachers, very nice teachers, and yeah, very nice teachers. Yep.
well,
I did
Cameron,
not
what
pay
do
him.
you? Mr.
Yeah.
Berger said thank you. Cameron, what are you learning? Like, how's it for you? And I'm talking to both of you guys because eventually you're in the 11th grade now. You're going to graduate. And that's why I was asking you about what do you plan to do it. But I like something that you said, Faisal, that you'll have a skill in which you could do anything with. But Cameron, what about you?
For me, um, like with coding and stuff, um, it's very interesting, and there's so many different levels of it. And like even the simplest piece could help me get a job or allow me to apply to a school and like build on top of that and get better. And like the world of coding is like like it feels like infinite,
Huh?
but like I just really want to learn it and like see what I could do. And even my coworkers ask me like about my coding because I tell them about it all the time. And like they've even offered me to make them websites and stuff. But obviously I'm still trying to get better, and I want to try to make the websites perfect. So, that's the opportunity I could take.
But how exciting is that in the 11th grade, people are asking you to design their website? How cool is that? Mr. Berger,
It's
what are
That's
some
pretty
other
cool.
pathways uh, for young people in the CPWD program?
So what we try to do is give them a foundation, as Cameron was mentioning. Computer programming, the world of technology is huge, and you need some foundational skills, some grounding in the basics before you can decide where you want to go, where you want to take programming. Um, most jobs require you to have the equivalent. Most technology jobs are looking for the equivalent of an associate's or bachelor's degree. So we expect a lot of our students to go on. Many of our students are in our dual enrollment program, our RockSmack program. And so a lot of our students also take classes at Bunker Hill Community College. Pathways could consist of becoming a web developer, becoming a back-end developer, becoming any one of the 7 other jobs that you need in order to build software, which include being a project manager, being a designer, being a tester, quality assurance tester. There's a lot of different kinds of jobs in technology that are all related to software development, and we try to introduce the students to that gamut.
How exciting. Faisal, tell me something that you've learned in your vocational program that has really changed you.
Um, Python and HTML, but I would also say, well, Python, HTML, and CSS, but I would say for the most part, what really changed me was the HTML part. Like when I first was learning it, I was like, oh, yes. It's like, it's just, it's like, it gets hard, but at least like there's like a basic level to it. It's like, it does sometimes get complicating with some of the tags, but some of the coding, but there's a basic part to it. And to be honest, I think HTML for me is a little easier, honestly.
Wow. How cool is
Yeah.
that? And what about you, Cameron? What's the most
Uh,
exciting thing you've learned being in your vocational program?
I would have to agree with Faisal because HTML is like the foundation of the website. Um, and it's like the major point into building a website and like coming to coding. Um, it just really helps build that structure that you need, and it makes me understand what other programmers have to go through when they're making like games or making websites. And like they all run on servers, and if they add a new tag or new code, it might break everything, and then that's why sometimes these these websites go down for some time because they have to fix it. And it makes me understand that like it takes time to fix these things and how important it is that you need to be careful with the codes that you place.
Wow.
Oh, and yeah, excuse me, but mind you, without coding, without coding, you wouldn't have any of the websites you would have today, or at least almost all of them. You wouldn't have. Coding is the basic. HTML too, for the most part, is the basic. It's the basic. You could say creation. So like, how do I explain this? So coding is basically like the mother, and the websites and some of the items and stuff in this world that we've seen that we've seen on television advertisements or that we've seen in real life, they're like the children, you know. So you got the mother, which is coding or HTML and some other softwares, and then you got and then the mother is giving birth to the websites. It's constantly giving birth.
Wow.
So yeah.
Such a great analogy. So I mean that was such a great analogy and gave us people watching an opportunity to better understand the mother, the HTML, and then the coding, how it goes out and births all, I guess, other pages, so to speak, the children. Wow, such a great analogy. Berger,
Yeah.
I mean, hearing some students from your class talk about what they're learning, that must make you excited.
It makes me very excited and very proud. We love our students here at Madison Park. Our students are amazing. I am constantly learning from them, and that's why I chose to be a teacher. Is I want to learn from them, and I want to learn more about coding. And there's no better way to learn how to code than to try to teach it. So I'm really excited about what they're saying, what I'm learning from them. I've never used the mother analogy, so now I've got another analogy in my toolbox to use
Yep.
when I teach. And I really like Cameron's concept too. So yeah, this is just an amazing opportunity, and it's an amazing time to be working with technology. And Madison Park is an amazing school. We have amazing faculty and amazing staff like you who help us spread our word.
Well, I want to say this. You're already doing a good job spreading your word, because when you get into technology, I love the way Faisal said it. You're able to birth so many things. So that was such a great way to put it, Faisal. So I want to thank you guys for being a part of today's show, celebrating CTE month at Madison Park Technical High School. And we were here with our computer programming and web development vocational program. So I want to say thank you. Thanks again, Mr. Berger, Faisal, and Cameron. You guys were amazing today. Have a great day.
You're welcome. You're very welcome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.